Evening, everyone. Wow, that's a strong start. That's a really strong start. Oh my god. Can you tell I've been out drinking in the garden all weekend? Oh my days. Welcome back to Kerb Clippers. Welcome back to the Kerb Clippers Touring Car Championship. And welcome to Zolder for round 7 and 8 of the KCTCC Group A Challenge. With me, your host Fry, once again. Just at the end of free practice, heading into 15 minutes of qualifying. As usual, we'll just jump straight into it at the moment. It looks like the Audi set a blistering time there. Cozzy's at the top once again, followed by the Audis, same old story, and then FRY-DIZ best of the rest in the sort of Mercedes BMW second tier battle that we've ended up having throughout this championship. The Audi and the Ford really proving to be the cars to drive. As we get this 15-minute qualifying session underway. I hope everyone's doing okay. Coping with self-isolation the best you can. Mainly with sim racing, I would expect. I've been mainly drinking heavily in my back garden. Quite lucky to have a back garden at times like this. And have completely ruined myself. I've had a massive nap today. It's the advantage of not having a job to worry about anymore, I guess. We can get away with these sort of things. I woke up at about 6:30 and here I am. We're ready to go. A couple more guys to join the lobby, or at least one more. I think 14 is what we're going to have today. And I'm fully expecting it to be a Ford Audi front two-row lockout. I've noticed that Scuba Steve has changed to an Audi. I don't think he was an Audi last week, but we might let him off as he's new, as long as he promises to stay in the Audi from now on. And it's the number 44, which is obviously a very good number, as we know. Right, who should we watch then? Well, I'll tell you what we'll do actually first. We'll take a look at the championship, because it's pretty close at the top. Leading the way by a single point for Team Stroop Waffle Racing in the Audis is currently Bowie on 102 points. He's actually doing a fantastic job, even though I think pound for pound overall the Audi's probably the fastest car. He's got hot on his heels, and I mean hot on his heels, on 101 points. Atto, wherever he's at. Where is he to there? We've got too many KCs. There's one, here we go. Atto in the super powerful Cosworth on 101 points. And then Johnny B, who's had a couple of mixed results really. Should be able to find Johnny B. There he is. He's in third place on 73 points. And then Blankfile, who very bravely / slightly lent on by me to take the BMW, took the BMW, is in fourth spot on 57 points, which is not a bad effort in the slowest car in the class. Then we've got Angie, a young lady from South Africa, 13 years old, who's the top Mercedes-Benz on 38 points. Just narrowly ahead of Dazza, who is on 34 points. Those two have had some close battles in the races, and they're having a close battle in the championship as well. So it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top in that little Mercedes battle at the end of the season. Then we've got then we've got Nico, who's leading Pro-Am at the moment. Also in the Audi. He's kind of running away with the Pro-Am championship at the moment. I mean, he'd be a top AM driver anyway, but the Audi's certainly helping to give him a pretty big advantage. He's up mixing it with the tail end of the pro drivers on the regular at the moment as Nico, so looks like he'll be taking home the AM championship for sure. Then we've got Flipper, who's unfortunately not here tonight. He's looking after his nephews due to all of this madness with COVID-19. So big love to Flipper and his family. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm not sure if he'll be back for the championship, but he said he'll try. So I hope everything's all right with Flipper. Then we got Kerbs, also in the Mercedes-Benz on 12 points. And then, yeah, so he's actually in second place in AM behind Nico on 12. And then we got the rest of the AM boys. We got Satis on 7 points, Motormouth on 6 points. Wherever he is. There he is. NRP, who's actually quite high up in qualifying at the moment, but he's only on 5 points. And then Redwood on 4 points in the BMW again, so Redwood being possibly even more brave than Blank taking the BMW. It's been a hard slog for Redwood. And then we're into these sort of reserve drivers, which is Scoop Steve, who's actually here tonight. He's got a point. He got a point last week. And then we got Buzz, DB Kung and G32, who all can't make it tonight. And Chromedix as well, he can't make it tonight. And Buzz is on 1 point, and DB Kung, G32 and Chromedix yet to score, but they're obviously not in all the races. But it looks like we're going to have 14 drivers for tonight's race, and at the moment Atu and Johnny B, as predicted by my good self, are 1 and 2 in the mad, batshit mental Ford Cosworth. In fact, let's just watch Atu for a lap here, because I was watching him a bit during practice while I was setting up, and it's really quite something to behold. The state of which this car goes around this track. See what I mean? That was a little bit too sideways even for a Cosworth. As usual, that hangs onto it. I'd give you the corner names for Zolder, but I don't think I can pronounce any of them. I might try just so everyone can laugh at me. I mean, what? Wait, is that you? Yeah. Wait a second. These corner names are so ridiculous. I feel like I'm on like. Okay, cool, right. I think I found them written in English now. That makes a little bit more sense to me. They're still going to be pretty hard. He still leads the way by 0.2 of a second. He jumps back into the pits. That was Barry getting on. Championship leader Barry. The top 3 in the championship are the top 3 on the grid at the moment. Daz has done quite well to be that close in the Merc. Blank's done quite well to be that close in the BMW, I would say. Angie's struggling a bit at the moment for some reason. Maybe I'll have another chance to put her. Definitely, she's obviously had a bit of an off. That damage will be fixed when you return to pits on the actual car, but it won't be fixed for the graphics for some reason. But looking decidedly second hand at the moment, that Mercedes-Benz. Right, should we ride the ball with Angie then and see if I can't mispronounce all these corner names, if I can get across to the right. Right, so this is Erst Links. And then we got Canal. And then Lucien Bianchi. I guess these are all named after famous Belgian racing drivers I've never heard of. Oh, this one's called Chicane. That I can pronounce. And it is in fact a chicane. And quite a hard chicane at that. Oh, yeah, big load of curb. Just about legal, give or take. And then I want to say but I've probably boot, and then into Gilles Villeneuve, that name I can pronounce and have heard of. And then Tournament. Up over the hill into Boulderberg. And then Joachim Ritt, who I have heard of, seems to have this tiny little S named after him, which I'd be a little bit upset about if I was Joachim Ritt, because that's not really a corner. And then Jackie X, who I've heard of as well, is what they've named this last tricky little S-bend after. And that's a lap. Start finish straight. Thank you, Angie, for doing a lap when I was trying to do a lap run, and she improved her time as well. Puts herself up to 7. Tail end of the pros. Once again, Nico's up in the pros with in this Audi. He's going to win his Pro-Am medal, but if he's not careful, he won't be eligible for Pro-Am anymore if he keeps driving this well. But a good lap from Nico. He's actually going to be alongside his teammate at the moment on the grid, which I'm sure he'll be happy about. What's going on at the back? And I fear Motor Master's chilling in the pit. Oh, no, he has come out. He's setting a time. Satis, as usual, kind of happy to start from the back. Likes to kind of keep out of the melee action. Got a second Kev in the race today. Kev Grant, new one of Motor Mouth's mates. Oh, and Kev has just managed to get himself DC'd from quali by speeding in the pit lane. It's normally fine now at the start of the race. Scuba Steve proving that the Audi's not always going to guarantee you ploughed up at the front, but he's still kind of in second place of the AM drivers if you take Nico out of the equation. At the front here though, it continues to be the brothers Cosworth, Johnny and Attu. Got the best part of a second on the field as we head into the final 3 minutes. Looks like they're going to be a front row lockout. Can Johnny get ahead of Attu here? Comes around to complete another flying lap. Any improvement? Nope, not this time. He'll go again though. Through Lucia Bianchi. I haven't really chatted to the guys about track limits here, but it's 2 wheels on the... Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's just fine. One sec. He's just jumping Discord here. That's better. Should have mentioned track limits. Oh, it's kind of hard to judge with that chicane. It's such an annoying little bastard of a chicane. Does is approaching it now. I don't know if I should just say everyone can just fly across that green bit, or if we could try and make everyone actually. No, yeah, I mean that's better. I'll tell you what, we're going to say between the white lines or curbs. Well, anyway, there we go. We're getting to the end of the qualifier. Matthew's got pole. Johnny's in second. So it's a Cosworth lockout. Didn't know there wasn't much improvement towards the end of that session then, really. Championship leader Bauer. He's going to start in third. Looks like he's going to be under pressure for that lead for Matthew at the moment. Nico's going to be delighted with fourth, I think, if he stays there. Daz is going to be fifth. Blank file in the BMW. Good effort. Right, so there we go then, starting grid for round number 7 in the Kerb Clippers Touring Car Championship. Group A Challenge is going to be Attu and Johnny on the front row, Bowie and Audi, the two Audi teammates, on the second row, Dazzler and Blankfeld on row 3, Angie and Kev's on row 4, Scuba Steve and NRP on row 5, Redwood and Kev Grant on row 6, Satis and Motormouth on row 7, and let's get ready to wait 2 minutes while everybody sorts out their fuel and tyres. Does give us a nice chance to have a look at these beautiful cars. It seemed like a great idea having a mixed grid for Group A when I was setting this championship up, but as the championship's gone on, I have slightly wished that I'd locked it into just Mercedes, or just, you know, because I do feel like these Mercs and these BMWs just don't really have a fair shot when it comes down to actually racing them flat out online against other skilled drivers. Their lack of pace really does start to show up, unfortunately. But we do have a good championship battle at the front. Bowie 1 point ahead of Johnny B, and they're second and third. No, sorry, 1 point ahead of Attu. And Johnny B's not too far behind. He's about 20 points behind. 25 points behind. It's 20 points for a win, so it's really these front three for the championship there. Let me just check in on the YouTube comments. I'm always rubbish at checking in on these YouTube comments. Right there, we should be pretty much good to go soon, I think. Okay. Alright, here we go. Get ready to go green. See if these Audis can get a good forward drive start off the line. They can. Bowie's got a chance of leading into the first corner here. Unless the Cozzies engage boost mode, which they will do about now. Johnny B's going to have the inside line, little touch there. Bowie does really well then. If he sticks it, and he does. Great bit of driving from Bowie, takes the lead away from Johnny B and Atu. Where's Atu gone? Atu's falling backwards. Atu's had a terrible start. He's gone from pole, he's down to 4th, he's down to 5th. Dazza's got through, Nico's got through. And Bowie leads the way. Fantastic start from Bowie there, and that was great freeway action to the first corner. He absolutely threw the Audi in, got his start, great driving. But he's immediately coming under pressure from Johnny B, likes to blaze in that Ford Cosworth. Everybody takes the chicane. Let's try and check in with this lot. Cameraman's pissed as usual. Oh, there's a top of a touch there. One of the Mercedes has gone off. Who was that? Was that? I'm not sure who that was. See if maybe that was Motormouth there. He got a little clip. We'll go back to the leaders though. Barry still leading the way, followed by Johnny B. He's back up to 3rd, already recovering. Then we've got Dazza and Perez. Nico, sometimes I call him Perez randomly. I mean, it is part of his name, but Nico Perez in 5th. Angie's in 6th. Good solid start from Angie there. Blank far battling away in the BMW in 7th. Of course, we used to see him blank far right up at the front end, but at least the BMW's given him a lovely challenge this season. Forced him down into the pack. I think he's still enjoying himself, even though he likes winning. Then we got Keds running along quite nicely in 8th. Scuba Steve in the Audi in 9th. NRP in 10th. The top 10 are all still quite close together. Side by side action up ahead. Dazza makes a move. Tries to make a move on Nico. Oh, sorry, he's defending from Nico, isn't he? Clips a bit of the curb on the inside. Might give Nico a chance. They're side by side into the second corner. A little touch there, a little bit of touring car action. Dazza does well to hang on to that. Great couple of opening laps here from the ladies and gentlemen. What's happening at the front? Oh, here we go. Change for the lead. Cosworth Power possibly. Is he going to get it done? No, he's not. But it's going to make Bowie make a mistake, and it's going to let Atu come through. Oh my god, the cameraman's so drunk. Yes, so Atu's taking the lead. Johnny B and Bowie battling there. Caused each other problems, and Atu's just driven straight past. So after Atu's bad start, he's back up into the lead. I mean, Bowie did defend from Johnny B successfully, but unfortunately, he was so distracted by Johnny B on the outside. He clipped a little bit too much of that inside curve and had to rely on a bit of Audi four-wheel drive power, but I think this is a battle that's going to run and run for the whole race. That's commentator's curse. That's a very quick commentator's curse, that is. I've killed Bowie there. He'll drop down to 3rd now as Johnny B blasts back past. And it's a Cosworth 1-2 again. So it's actually started. Atu leads the way, Johnny B in 2nd, Bowie in 3rd, Nico in 4th, and he's up to 5th. So that means that something's happened to Dazza. He's down in the 10th spot now. Must have had a spin somewhere. Doesn't look like he's got too much damage on. We'll keep an eye on those top 3, but they're a little bit more spread out now. But this little mid-pack battle's quite interesting as well. That's a lot's happened in 4 minutes, guys. Trying my best to keep up with it here. Jump on board with blank fire, looking at the rear end of Angie, and that's Nico's Audi just up ahead. Atu's got a 2-second lead. Fastest man on track by a long way last time round, but that's because Johnny B and Bowie had their little contretemps going into the chicane. Blank fire clips the rev limiter. Oh, Angie gets a little bit of a wiggle on the chicane. He's going to give Blank a chance. We're going back trackside, inside line. And gets the move done. Sensible driving as always from Angie there. Left the room nicely. Kerbs is having a good run actually in 7th spot. Hounding these two now. Little freeway battle for 5th place. Oh, slightly later on the brakes than he wanted to be there. Angie gave him a little bit of extra room. Once again, just impressive racecraft from the young lady from South Africa there. Spot when somebody's just dipped a nose up your inside, give them that tiny bit of extra room, but still make sure you defend the corner. Just to make sure you don't get a clip and get spun out. So as extended his lead at the front to 3 seconds now, lapping in the 140.2. Looks like Atty's going to be the man to beat today. Johnny B and Bowie doing 141.4, 141.5. Nico slightly isolated now at the bit. The cameraman at Zolder is pretty obsessed with having old shots of places where cars used to be. So that's the gap between. You can just see Bowie just up the road there. Nico's actually driving. Yeah, Nico's driving well enough that he's going to win this Pro-Am medal, and then he's not going to be a Pro-Am. He's not going to be an Am anymore. But at least he'll have his medal, because he's basically not that far away from the leaders. There we go, 1, 2, 3 leaders. Then we've got Nico coming through, 4th spot. Blank File in 5th. Just starting to put. Oh, Kevs has made a move on Angie. We've missed that, but Kevs has got past Angie. 6th and 7th. Then we've got the gap back to the Am drivers. Here they come. Scuba Steve goes ploughing through all the cones and loses a little bit on the side and has a little wiggle and loses a spot to Dazza, who's a pro who's made a mistake and is recovering. So that's now we've got the pro drivers top 8, which means NRP leads the way in Am now, if you take Nico out of the equation. Ooh, slight little kick of oversteer on exit. It's going to give Scuba Steve a chance to have another look at him up the inside here, I reckon. Bowie's got back past Johnny B as well. Let's start 1 sec. We'll leave this for 1 second to check out this change at the top of the championship, because Bowie's recovered. Johnny B looks like he's either made a mistake or just been caught and passed by Bowie. They weren't that close there, so I think Johnny must have had a bit of a Cosworth wobble, and it's let Bowie back through. I'm sure that battle will continue. And in the meantime, NRP and Scuba Steve's little battle over the last couple of points paying positions rages on as well. There's also tail enders here as well. Satis. We figured out that Satis' super smooth driving style just really doesn't suit these Group A touring cars. You can see he's got a very sort of Jensen Button like super smooth. And in certain cars it can make him actually really fast, but in these things where you've got to really throw him about, it's not really Satis' cup of tea. Oh, Motor Mouse. Somebody's facing the wrong way. That was a red car. Well, that's crazy. That must have been a red. Yeah, he's the only red car in the race, I think, isn't it? Oh no, Kev's. Kev Grant. He's driving the car that Chrome Minutes drove last week. Struggling a little bit in the murk off the back end there. Back up to the battle of second. Just 6 minutes left on the clock in round number 7. Nico Blank still holding on admirably in that BMW as Kev gets a wibble on. Just about keeps it at the pit wall. Angie, Dazza. NRP running well in the points. Got a bit of a gap now back to Scuba Steve. These top 9 are sort of a... Scuba Steve just sort of by himself now. And that looks like he's on for a point. There we go. Another point for Scuba. This is where the action's at there right now as we head into towards the last 5 minutes. It's Cosworth versus Audi once again. Whoa! Oh, we got that a little bit wrong. I assume he's okay. Yep, there he is. Popped out of camera shot for a second. Whoa! Holy hell. Danger button. Johnny B. I think that's where Johnny B made the mistake to get past, because that was roughly where Bowie passed him on the track. Easy, very easy to get a huge kick of acceleration oversteer in the mental Ford. Look at Nico, by the way. He's actually driving so well, I might just give him the medal and take him out of the AM Championship. He's done a 141.3. He's basically matched the race leader's lap time. 141.2 for Atto, 141.3 for Nico. You can't be doing that and staying in the AM category, unfortunately, for him. He's been getting faster and faster. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's Kerb facing backwards. Staying nicely out of the way at least. Yeah, but that mistake from Johnny made he's fallen off the back of Barry, so it looks like the top two of the championship are going to finish 1 and 2, but that does mean that the championship lead is going to change hands. Who will be the championship leader going into the reverse grid draw round number 8. And here he is, leading the way, heading on to what will probably be the penultimate lap. Yep, it will be. 2 laps to go. I really want to know who Derek is and why he's written above all the numbers on the cars. If anyone knows who Derek is and why he's on all the numbers, do let me know. As Atto's Rizla Blue number 32 Ford Cosworth leads the way from the Audi Quattro of Bowie. The Butlers green and yellow, oh sorry, the Kevenese Electronics green and yellow escort of Johnny B, who dips a wheel on the dirt. Risky business. Being shadowed by the allegedly AM driver Nico. I know I keep banging on about it, but I mean, that's a bit of a cut, that is. That's a bit too much green for my liking, Nico. I'm going to give you a ticking off before the next race after that one. And that's too much cut. But that's okay. And that's fine. Right, minor telling off for Nico, I do believe. I did think he was going particularly quickly. Not saying he's been doing that every lap. You got blank file in 5th still. I guarantee you blank file's getting pretty much the maximum out of that BMW, as he usually does. As we know, one of the best drivers probably in the world on project cars too. Races with myself in the ACR Pro League on PC, and used to race with me in the ACR Pro League on PS4. In fact, he races with me every single night of the week, does blank file. We race together a lot. But I can guarantee you that that BMW is going as fast as physically possible, and it's 18 seconds off the lead, and it's lapping 4 seconds a lap slower than the leader. So I now feel slightly guilty for sort of making him choose it. When we did the testing for this championship, we did it at Silverstone National, and they all seemed sort of, it seemed like there wasn't going to be this much disparity between the cars. But unfortunately there is. In fact, Nico's just nicked third off Johnny B. So maybe Johnny B's made a mistake. You're going to watch Nico here again. If he cuts again, yeah, he's getting a bollocking. He's getting a bollocking, right. And then we got a battle here for 6th and 7th. In fact, I thought I'm going to give... Yeah, like, see, that's fine. That's wheels. Everyone else is being alright through there. We said 2 wheels on the black or 2 wheels on the red and white is fine. Nico's getting a time penalty. So Johnny B's probably... Oh, sorry, I missed... he's winning the race. He's won the race backwards. That is fantastic. That's the sort of style that we look for at Kerb Clippers. Bowie's come home in 2nd place. Nico's crossed the line in 3rd, but he's going to come 4th because I've seen him cut the course too many times. Johnny B in 4th. Johnny B in 3rd. Blankfile's going to come home in 5th. Kerbs, good drive from Kerbs, that in 6th. Hope he's happy with that. Decent performance, flush with the lights. Angie coming home 7th. They've had a good battle all race, them lot. Dazza as well. So basically the Mercedes battle of Kevs, Angie and Dazza, which has always been good to watch all season. They're all getting good points. Scuba Steve's going to nick a couple. Here he comes around the corner in the Audi. Couple of points for Scuba, and then the final point's going to go to NRP in 10th place. Good drive from NRP as well, actually. He was a bit worried last week. I hope he enjoyed his racing a little bit more this week. And then we got Satis to come home, Motormouth and Redwood. Oh, Redwood's finished a lap down. Somebody's over in the pits or retired or quit or something, but Nico's doing burnout, so he doesn't know that he doesn't have a podium yet. I mean, 4th's still a good result though, and he's still proving he's a good driver, but unfortunately I caught him too many times. Right, so what's going to happen now, guys, is there's going to be a small interlude. I'll keep waffling, but we're going to do a reverse grid draw from positions 12 to 6, which my assistant Siri will help me with right now. Hey Siri, pick a random number between 6 and 12.
The answer is 6.
Whoa, 6. So that is going to put Kevs on pole. So you're going to have Kevs on pole for the next race. But anyway, run you through the finishing order for this one. Attie's in 1st, Bowie's in 2nd, Johnny B finishes 3rd after Nico's time penalty of, I'm going to say 2 seconds for the 2 blatant corner cuts that I saw. Blankfile in 5th, Kev 6th, Angie in 7th, Dazza in 8th, Scuba Steve in 9th, NRP in 10th, picking up the last point. Satish in 11th, Motormouth in 12th, Redwood 13th, and then Kevsy retired in 14th spot. And we will return to the lobby. Right then, guys. Whoa. Okay, right, here we go. 20-minute race. 20-minute race. Right then, let me just post all this in Discord quickly so we can get the reverse grid draw done. Right then, so we're going to get ready for this 20-minute race. We're just sorting out a few last things in Discord, but I'll launch it because it'll take a little while to load, and we've got the 2 minutes. So how we do this is, we've got the grid draw, which was number 6, which put Kerbs on pole, and then we're going to start under safety car conditions for lap number 1, and then coming out of the final corner, heading on to lap number 2, the control car, which will be Kerbs, will absolutely go for it. Everyone will follow him, single file, over the line, no overtaking until you cross the line, and then we've got a 20-minute feature race. Right, so we're going to have Kevs in pole, Blank second, Nico's going to be in third after his tiny penalty for his tiny couple of grid cuts, Johnny fourth, Bowie's in fifth, Atu's in sixth, and then it's going to be as you finish. So Angie will be 7th, Daz at 8th, Scuba 9th, NRP 10th, Satis in 11th, Motormouth 12th, Redwood 13th, and Kev Grant in 14th place. And once again, we'll just be waiting 2 minutes for these boys and girls to add a little bit more fuel for the extra 5 minutes of the race, and then we'll be heading off on a little safety car restart. Right then, so I genuinely always really enjoy this, but I really enjoyed this bit when I'm racing in it, and I also enjoy it when I'm commentating on it. It's just kind of cool to watch, as long as everyone doesn't mess it up like they did in round 2. Here we go, everyone just kind of rolls away nice and slow. We get a chance to have a nice look at the cars, they all look very pretty. Kevs gets his way to the front, nicking that 6th spot. That battle for 6th ended up being really important because it's ended up being the smallest possible grid flip, so by winning that battle, Kev's got himself on pole, whereas Angie remains down in 7th place. Of course, what we're going to see here is Kevs and Blank have not a lot of chance to defend from Nico, Johnny B, Bowie and Atu in the faster. Actually, you never know. Nico, I think I'd expect Johnny, Bowie and Atu, I expect to find ourselves at the front pretty quickly, but these Group A cars really are pretty awesome, and this game looks pretty awesome. Running at 60 frames per second on the PS4 Pro, all the max settings. Considering how old this game is, it's starting to die a little bit of a death in it, but it's good that we can still get a grid out. on the regular. Monday and Wednesday nights at Kerb Clippers. Or Project Cars 2 on the PS4. Wednesdays is the Radical Clubman's Cup in that mad Radical Road car that the game's got. We had the first round last Wednesday. A very talented driver is currently leading the championship. I won't say who that is because I wouldn't want to embarrass them. But that's going to be a good championship, that's for sure. After the first round at Ruapuna last week. And then we got iRacing on Tuesday nights. That's not currently broadcast anywhere except for Kev warms his tyres a bit too aggressively. Yeah, iRacing is currently only broadcast from an onboard view from Matthew's car, but we're working on that because there's not that many drivers in it yet because we're new to iRacing. But here we go, we're getting ready to go racing. And we come out of the final corner and Kevs gets a great little run here. Drives nicely away from blank file in the BMW. Everyone coming through clean. Nice start from everybody there. And we're away and racing for round number 8 of the Kerb Clippers British Touring Car Championship as Nico gets a little slide on. Whoa, that's like the little bit of contact there between Bowie and Johnny. Bowie did well to just get the car just pulled up a little bit just so he didn't tap Johnny B too hard, but now he's got the inside line coming into the chicane, and that's a great pass, lovely pass from Bowie there. Johnny B just got a little bit out of shape coming out of the fast right-hander, and now Bowie goes straight after the slightly underpowered BMW. Oh dear, clips him, spins, blank. That'll be one for the stewards later on. A little bit unfortunate that, definitely nothing on purpose obviously, but blank file's been spun around facing the wrong way. He'll recover, but he'll recover right at the back, right at the back. We'll keep track on blank. I expect he'll make his way back up into the points. Kevs, meanwhile, still leads the race. For now. There comes the Cosy Power. Yeah, perfectly entitled to turn in then, Kevs. Good driving. Fair. Oh, and then Bowie gets in. Bowie's having a hectic race. Pushes Johnny B off wide. But it's just like once again, Johnny B and Bowie get together, which opens the door for Atu to just Cosy Power his way to the front. But then the Mercedes will be a bit better in the corners, and Audi runs wide in the background. Yeah, no, I mean the Cosworth power in this class is just ridiculous. Bit of contact again for Bowie and Johnny B having a little boxing match during this race, trading a bit of paint. What else is going on? Nico's hanging on in 5th. Angie's at the back of this pack in 6th, and then Scuba Steve's still there in 7th as well. Thank you, drunk cameraman, out of focus and everything. Top 7, still 3 seconds apart. I think I just caught Nico. I mean, I guess that was a mistake because he just absolutely botched the chicane then, but Bowie gets past Kevs, gets a huge slide on. That's the thing with the Audi. So the reason the Cosworth's so good is because it's so powerful. Once it picks up speed, it's just unstoppable. And the reason the Audi's so good is because of its 4-wheel drive. You can just get away with absolutely losing it like Bowie did then, and just rally cross your way out of it. He's looking good for a clean sweep here. This is only going to extend his lead in the championship. But his lead is only 3 points at the moment, if my maths is correct, so nice little battle, this top 7 though. In fact, Dazzle's now on the end of it. It's a top 8. Mercedes, Audi, Mercedes, Audi, Mercedes. Fighting over 4th spot. The top 3 have run away, as I predicted. Top 3 in the championship. In the 2 fastest cars. have set sail up at the front. Out here comes through the chicane. Johnny, then Bowie, they're close together. I reckon the Johnny Bowie battle is going to go on for the whole race. And then we've got this awesome battle for P4. The cameraman is so pissed. Right. Yeah, let's jump on board a bumper here. This is where it's at. That's it, looking at Scuba Steve's rear end. So Scuba Steve sort of realised, oh, and there's carnage up ahead. He's like, is that Kerbs? Kerbs has lost it. Might have been contact again then with, I guess it must have been with Nico if there was. Nico is spinning as well. Is he waiting for him? Might have been waiting for him as well. Sometimes in sim racing, it's not something I actually agree with personally, the whole waiting thing, because it doesn't exist in the real world. But I don't know if I think that was just Nico having a spin, to be fair. Possibly another one for the stewards then, but that's kind of split up that quite fun little group there. But we've still got Angie's up into 4th. She's alongside Scuba. Scuba's having the drive of his life so far in KC. He's just like, as I was midway through saying then before all that happened, I think he's discovered the power of the Audi. He runs it side by side with Angie, with Dazza hanging on as well. Great little freeway fight this actually. They've gone side by side through all those corners. Angie's going to have the inside line. Just to remind everyone, Angie is 13 years old. She's from South Africa and she's a really great racing driver. Oh, a little bit of contact there. That's all good though. Scuba can just motor on from that. That's why we don't have cut tracks on, because that's just a part of racing. A little bit of contact, not his fault. And Dazza says thank you very much, and that's 4th. And Angie and Scuba continue to do a whole lap side by side. And we settle down. With Dazza in 4th, Scuba in 5th, Angie in 6th. What else we got going on then? So this is the battle for the tail end of the points. NRP in 8th at the moment, with Kevs and Black File, who's recovered from that first lap incident, up into 10th. Top 3 sort of as they were. Atu's driving away. Bowie's just done the fastest lap of the race, a very fast lap, a 1:39.8. 2.9 seconds behind there still. Johnny B's made a small mistake, he's now 10 seconds back, so Johnny B sort of isolated in 3rd spot. So we will stick with this battle for 4th place. Dazza, Scuba, Angie, Nico's coming back into the picture. And then we've got the battle for 8th, 9th and 10th with NRP, Kevs and Blank. As we get to the halfway point of the race. All through the chicane, nice and tidy there. There we go, that's much more like it for everybody, more like for Nico especially. That's the track limit, so that's what we like to see. He's now putting a hell of a lot of pressure on Angie here. Has a look up the inside a little bit later on the brakes. Angie once again. Use the room. Change for 6th there. Let's check in with this other battle. Blackfire's made his way past NRP. Massive gap back from 11th, 12th and 13th, 14th. They've all obviously had big issues. So the top 10 are pretty much guaranteed points at the moment. It's just how many points. More action here. Between Angie and Scuba, they're having a great race, these two. Dazzler's managed to build himself a little gap. This time it was Atu's turn to dip into the 139s, 139.921 on the last time round. Him and Bowie trading lap times at the front, but if it stays as it is at the moment, I think Atu's going to be leading the championship by 7 points. With 6 races to go. Ooh, that's again the kind of thing that only the Audi can get away with. Nico takes it for a wild ride. Oh, a little bit of a look from Angie. She's got to look late on the brakes. She got it stopped. Nah, not quite. Worth a go though, worth a go. Loses another spot to Scuba, but definitely worth a shot. So we got Atu leading the way, Bowie in second spot, Johnny B in third. He's got a bit of damage on that Ford as well. I wonder if, because Johnny and Bowie had traded paint quite a few times already, I wonder if there came to more blows, more touring car style action between those two to result in Johnny B trundling around with a bit of damage off the pace now. In fact, he's actually no, he's not actually getting caught by Dazzler, but Dazzler's starting to show a clean pair of heels to Nico, 4th and 5th, and then the Scuba Angie battle's going on, and they are about to be joined, by the looks of it, by a certain banana yellow BMW with blank file at the wheel. And to be fair to Kerb's is Mercedes as well. NRP's made a mistake. He's just, yeah, we've lost NRP for in his top 10 group. He's found himself isolated now, but if he hangs out where he is, he'll still get a point. I think, yeah. So alright, so Nico's now closed up on Dazzler. Dazzler's made a little mistake here potentially. Nico gonna have a look into the chicane. He's thinking about it. Nothing doing this time. Might get him here though. Whoa, maybe a little touch on entry there. Oh, Daz leaves just enough room. Great driving from Daz. Literally an Audi's width and a cigarette paper there for Nico to use on the outside, and nothing more. I mean, but what? Right, here we go. Yeah. Scuba Steve, Audi power. He's suddenly joining the other Audi boys at the front. He's found something. He's found a bit of setup somewhere, Scuba Steve. And he's showing good pace. Oh, we've missed Blankfell getting past Kerbs. Oh, Angie. Well, Angie's dropped back actually. So Angie was about to be coming under pressure from Blankfell there, but we got distracted and we missed it. But so Angie now finds herself at the tail end of this sort of top 9. We've separated themselves from the rest. We get back to the Nico Dazzler battle. A little bit of pushing on exit. Nico's pretty determined to have a look at the inside. Yeah, that seemed alright to me. Dazzler had to sort of leave the room and put Dazzler off his line a little bit, but gets himself up into 4th spot. Dazzler is 5th, Scuba 6th, Blankfell 7th now. Kev's and Angie 8th and 9th. Oh, Nico's on Nico. Nico's in the wall. Nico's in the wall with damage. Costly mistake. Whoa, and a spin. And a spin for Kev's. Suddenly 3 minutes to go. Oh no, Angie's waiting. So, was that contact? I guess that was contact. Yep, Kev's flashed the lights. Fair play, guys. Like I say, even though I don't morally agree with the whole waiting thing, just based on my purist attitude, I've got no problem when people do it. Totally understand it. Oh, that's a huge off from Scuba Steve then. Was that a wheel? I think that must have been 1 or 2 wheels on the grass when he jumped on the brakes there, because that Audi certainly changed direction pretty swift. And he's joined by his Audi mate Nico. And Blankfell's back up to 5th. I told you we'd see Blankfell get somewhere. He might even get 4th. Right, 2 minutes to go, so where are the leaders at? Yeah, so this is going to be the penultimate lap. Ferrari, who's looking at a double win as he hangs the back end out, as is his way. That's the gap back to Bowie. The cameraman is actually drunk more than I drunk on the weekend, and that is a lot. Yep, so that's the gap from whoa, as Bowie nearly loses it. I mean, that's borderline track limits, but we'll let you in. That's not too bad. That is the gap for the lead as they approach to lap Redwood in the red and white BMW up ahead. Redwood, a very experienced racing driver. He will not get in the way at all. Yep, dives out of the way. And what's going on here? So now we've got Angie catching a damaged Kev's catching a damaged Nico with Angie in behind him as well. So this battle's going to run right to the end of the race. So he's probably going to, he's lost some straight line speed here. Kev's makes a move up the inside. They actually have a little touch. That's going to send Nico rally crossing. Where's he going to come back on? Somewhere. There he is. He survived. Yeah, I mean, yeah, again, we can watch that one back. I didn't see too much wrong with that myself, to be honest. Now he's just Nico's just crashing. That car's possibly hard to drive now. But anyway, I do believe... Oh, we're on to the final lap. That's what's happened. Final lap, Atty leads the way, Bowie's in second, Johnny B's in third. Johnny B's picked up damage because he has been significantly off the pace. He's 20 seconds behind the front two. And then it's 30 seconds back to Dazza in fourth. It looks like he might hold off Blank File. They're lapping at about the same speed, fourth and fifth. Then we've got Scuba, who we saw have a lovely trip into the weeds. Quite a spectacular trip into the weeds, actually. In the number 44 Audi. And we got Kevs and Angie battling to the line with a damaged Nico limping home in 9th spot. And I believe a damaged NRP as well in 10th, because he's suddenly... Well, he definitely had a moment, didn't he? Because he just vanished off the back of this group. So we'll keep up with this battle for 7th until he gets near the finish line. One last little bit of bumper with Angie. See if she can't put a little bit more pressure on Kevs here. Looks like Kevs is probably going to have enough gap barring any mistake. This is how they're going to fit. Oh, I missed it. Damn it. Missed him again. I missed him again winning the race, but this time at least I caught the crash. Atty wins the race. Well done to Atty. Double win. Bowie's coming in second spot. Parks up just over the line. Johnny B is going to finish in third. Apologies for Atty to missing him crossing the line both times. I hate it when commentators miss people winning the race. Johnny B in third. Dazza's going to come in fourth. That's a good drive from Dazza in the Merc. Great drive, actually, to be fair. and relative speed to the car, and then the same goes to Blank File after getting pirouetted round. Damage free at least in first lap to come back home and recover to 5th is a good effort. Scuba Steve gets 6th despite the spectacular incident off the track. 7th's going to go to Kerbs in the little Kerbs versus Angie battle that's gone on all race. Angie comes home in 8th for more points. Nico links the slightly battered second-hand Audi home in 9th. And then here comes NRP to finish in the points again. There's a decent effort from NRP. One more point in the championship. NRP. And then we've got quite a big gap back to Mr. Consistency Satis. He's actually a little bit unlucky to miss out on the points here. He's not that far away. But like I said in the first race, not his favourite type of car. Doesn't really like flinging them about, and everyone else was a lap down. So there we go. That's round number 8 finished as well. So classified results for round number 8 go like this. We got Atto takes a second win of the day, but not the fastest lap. Fastest lap went to Bowie in second spot. So the championship lead will be 7 points. Changes hands between Bowie and Atto, but still all to play for. Johnny being third, he's gonna fall slightly further away from those top 2 in the championship, but hang on to third spot in the champ. Dazzler in 4th. Blank File in 5th. Scuba Steve in 6th. That's his best result so far. Hope he's pleased with that. Kev's in 7th. Angie in 8th. Nico takes 9th. And then NRP in 10th to get the final point. And then we got Satis in 11th. Kev Grant in 12th. Redwood in 13th. And Motormouth bringing up the rear in 14th spot. But you can just have a look for these best lap times. I mean, I think Johnny B picked up damage earlier on, but the way that how Atto and Bowie can nick into the 39s, but you know, Blank File and Dazzler are both very, very fast drivers. Can only really drag a 42 out of the Merc and the Beamer. I'm tempted to give out an AM medal to not. I mean, Nico's going to obviously get his AM medal for winning Pro-Am, which is inevitably going to do. But I'm tempted to give out an AM medal to the best non-Ford or an Audi in Pro, and the best non-Ford or Audi and AM as well, but I'm going to have a think about that. But anyway, thank you for watching. I've been your host Fry once again. Tomorrow there'll be iRacing on this channel. You'll be on board with Atto, who's just won this race, and then Wednesday you'll be in the hands of Motormouth, who will be hosting the Radicals. And then on Thursday there'll be nothing because we're racing in the ACR Pro League. But we will see you all very, very soon. I'll see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, share, etc. All sorts of sim racing stuff going on at Kerb Clippers. We're kind of trying to build it all up at the moment, especially in these crazy times. Just stay safe, stay well. Hope all your families are well, and we'll see you on the other side. Cheers.